Welcome to PeopleSoft Now. I'm Rebekah Jackson. It's a new year, and we have a brand new PeopleTools release. In this episode, we'll discuss the latest capabilities in PeopleTools 858, of course, highlight a few PeopleSoft Innovators, and keep you in the know. Happy New Year! In addition to celebrating the start of 2020, we are excited to share our newest release of PeopleTools. 858 introduces some very powerful new capabilities. We'll spend some time talking with Willie Sue, who leads the PeopleTools development team, about some of the most important features in the release. It's going to be a great show, so let's get started. As you know, PeopleTools is the powerful technology platform that powers all of our PeopleSoft applications, and we continue to invest in it with new releases every 12 to 18 months. We just shipped a new release last month, and to learn all about what's in it, I'm happy to sit down with Willie Sue from PeopleTools Development. Willie, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
So first off, to start out, how would you characterize what the big themes are in PeopleTools 858?
I think there's several. I'd start off with cloud and emerging technology. Cloud, leveraging our cloud infrastructure, leveraging our PaaS services like the Oracle Digital Assistant. I think that's one big theme. Analytics is another big theme. I'm excited to talk about some of the things we're doing around that with Kibana, an open source product that we distribute and ship. Helping customers manage customizations, that's another big one. And then finally, I would say simplification, modernization, continuing on with the improvements for end user experience.
So there's a lot there, a lot of good stuff that we can touch on. You started out by mentioning chatbots, Oracle Digital Assistant. That's kind of a hot area. Maybe let's start there. What have we done in PeopleTools 858 to expand upon what we'd already done for chatbots?
Yeah, 858 is interesting. We did things in 858 that were actually backported to 857, and one of the big things is the application service framework. So, of course, when you're interacting with the bot, it's important that the end user through the bot can get data into the system, ask of the system, data that they need to get out. And so the application service framework is a framework that we built in PeopleTools to allow an application developer to actually expose PeopleSoft data and logic to the Oracle Digital Assistant. And so that's in 858 as well as 857. In 858, we introduced a mechanism, an enhanced mechanism for the Oracle Digital Assistant to communicate with PeopleSoft, and that's through OAuth, which is a standard.
So what you described really helps us with being able to enable bots with PeopleSoft, but it really goes towards enabling integration, right? Connecting these different kinds of services into PeopleSoft well beyond just a specific chatbot scenario.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great point. So, PeopleSoft has always had great integration technology, ability to, communicate and interact with other systems. And, with the Oracle Digital Assistant and with the chatbot use case, we're continuing, with those advancements in terms of how do we integrate with a third-party technology. I say third-party, it's Oracle Digital Assistant, but for PeopleSoft, it's a third-party and external system. And so that connectivity, that interaction is very important.
Now, another area that's kind of related to that in extending PeopleSoft and connecting it to some of these third-party systems, you mentioned analytics and Kibana. Do you want to touch on what we're doing there? It was a big hit at Open World.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, in 857, actually, we started shipping Kibana, which is a tool that's part of the Elastic Stack. And the Elastic Stack consists of Elasticsearch, Kibana for analytics and visualization, as well as Logstash to gather log data. And prior to 857, it was just Elasticsearch. With 857, we shipped with Kibana. And with 857, we shipped system analytics or metrics to help the search administrator in dealing with search maintenance and management. Well, we took a look at this and said, hey, Kibana offers these great analytics, these great visualizations. You can take massive amounts of data. You can slice and dice. And it's very, very powerful. And when we step back and we looked at, with Elasticsearch and with search indexes, search is such a critical component of PeopleSoft, and we're investing more and more in search with every release. There's all this data that we have, all of this application data around, again, every single application in our suite stored in Elasticsearch's indexes. And we use that for search use cases. But can we leverage that to actually look at metrics or analytics or visualizations around those application use cases? And so we thought this was a great way to leverage that Elasticsearch index data that we already had, and again, that we're continuing to expand upon. And that's what we've delivered in 858 is we've added the ability to expose the application data that's stored in Elasticsearch through PeopleSoft. And one of the big problems we needed to solve was around security. So how do we make sure that when people are looking at these analytics through Kibana, that the data is secured? You can only see data that you're allowed to see.
I know that's a big concern for the app strategists, right? Enabling this thing that is coming from this third-party data source, but we want the integrated security, right? We want it seamless from an end user experience.
Yeah, absolutely,
standpoint.
absolutely. And again, we already had the security built into Elasticsearch, and so we leverage that same security, the same security that we already have. So as an end user, if I'm searching against data, I can only see the data that I have access to. Similarly, for the analytics use case, when you're slicing and dicing data and when you're looking at visualizations, again, you can only see the data that you have access to. And then we've added another layer of security to allow power users in the PeopleSoft system to not only see these analytics and visualizations within the PeopleSoft window or frame, we've allowed them to actually link back out into Kibana for advanced, again, more power user scenarios and use cases. And again, that's secured. Customers will only enable that for their power user base.
And we've gotten some pretty good feedback on the performance of Kibana Analytics. Is that right? I mean, you said that some of the technology, like monitoring the PeopleSoft environments, we've gotten experience with it. How does it perform?
Yeah, that's a great point. One of the biggest aspects of this is that, again, the data that you're reporting against, the data that you're retrieving, is actually not going against the PeopleSoft transactional system. It's actually going against Elasticsearch Index. So from that perspective, one of the big concerns that our customers had was, for other analytic solutions that we have, for other reporting solutions that we have, there was always a concern about exposing that or allowing too many users have access to that data because you're querying against the transactional system. Well, the beauty of Elasticsearch and Kibana is that now you're not touching the transactional system. All of your queries are actually going against Elasticsearch.
So the analytics has both a powerful kind of technology driver, but it improves the user experience. We touched on chatbots and Oracle Digital Assistant, which has a technology component, but improves the user experience. One thing we've also done in PeopleTools 858 is update the style sheet. Do you want to touch on that for a moment?
Yeah, absolutely. We're always looking to improve the user experience, and we've done that with Fluid. We've done that with updated look and feel, and we're doing that again with 858. We have a visual refresh where we've improved the look of the homepage. We've changed the color scheme, which I think is a little bit nicer, and so when customers actually upgrade to 858, they'll get this automatically. And this will apply to both Fluid and Classic. They can always revert back if they want to, but I don't think they will. Again, I think this is an improved look and feel, and so it'll be automatic when they upgrade to 858.
I think it looks great. I really like, we all have our personal preferences and color schemes and all that, but I think it has a very clean, modern feel to it. And I'm assuming, like before, if customers have their own personalized branding, they'll be able to continue to brand.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely. So that that functionality is still there, and in fact, many customers do brand based on their own company logos or their own color schemes, and that's still possible today.
Excellent. Now, I'd like to highlight a few of our Innovator AllStars. The first Innovator All-Star is Honeywell, who worked with their partner, Intrasy, and subscribed to Oracle Digital Assistant, or ODA, to create conversational interfaces with PeopleSoft Human Capital Management. The chatbot covers a wide range of capabilities, including employee self-service, manager self-service, and HR support, where there is even an integrated third-party provider that the bot works with as well. In addition, the bot covers HR policies with easy answers to common questions and is integrated to Microsoft Teams. Our second Innovator All-Star is South Coast Health. They've been very busy, moving their PeopleSoft HCM and ERP environments to Oracle Cloud Infrastructure in just 2 months, with the help of their partner, Velocity Technology Solutions. This move addressed infrastructure gaps, improved security, performance, application efficiency, response times, all lowering their costs and improving their agility. Their words, not ours. In addition, South Coast Health was recognized for working with their partner, New York Technology Partners, deploying the Fluid UI for managers and employees, retiring unnecessary customizations and manual processes using Page and Field Configurator, event mapping, and use the PeopleSoft test framework and more. Speaking of using configuration to eliminate manual processes, our third Innovator All-Star is the University of California, Berkeley. They worked with their partner, Gideon Taylor Consulting, to extend student and faculty self-service in campus solutions by using Form Builder to create powerful configuration-based forms in Fluid. These automated forms replaced more than 250,000 paper forms, eliminated more than 500,000 pieces of paper in less than 2 years. It resulted in an automated, workflow-enabled solution, all in PeopleSoft, that increased efficiency, eliminated errors, and helps the environment. You can read more about these PeopleSoft innovators on peoplesoftinfo.com. Our next innovator announcement will take place at Collaborate in April. We'll see you there. You had mentioned another key area of focus is configuration and continuing this investment we've made around bringing configuration tools and capabilities. What are we doing in PeopleTools 858 in that area?
Yeah, we want to continue to help customers manage their customizations and their configurations. We want to make it easy for them to do that with all aspects of the system. And again, you mentioned it earlier, PeopleTools is a very, very powerful tool. And one of the big benefits of it is the amount of flexibility that we give our customers in terms of allowing them to modify or change the application. And so we want to allow them to continue to do that. And with 858, we've added support for classic drop zones. So in 857, we added support for drop zones for Fluid pages. 858 will now support classic drop zones. Event mapping has been a huge hit with our customers and with partners in terms of adding business logic without impacting delivered objects. That was introduced many releases ago. In 858, we've taken that concept and we've brought it to Application Engine. So now as part of batch processing, not only online with event mapping, but as part of batch processing, customers can take a delivered Application Engine program and actually insert their own logic or replace delivered logic in terms of people code and with SQL actions. So I think that's going to be very, very powerful.
That sounds really powerful. It'd be great to hear customers' feedback as they start to take advantage of it. Speaking of, we've heard a lot about customers' use of event mapping. Have you started to hear any feedback from customers about drop zones, or are we really just waiting to get those early experiences?
It is still early. We have worked with a few of our partners to have them check things out, and I think they can see the benefits. And again, when we speak to our partners, whether it's drop zones or event mapping, they completely understand the pain point in terms of all that flexibility that they have. But with these tools that we've delivered, they also understand that many of those pain points go away now, right? Yeah. They're not, again, modifying delivered objects. They can be very, very custom in terms of what they're doing with the application. with zero impact to taking maintenance.
Really strategic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So platforms, third-party support, that's another area that we continually kind of refresh or re-examine every time we have a PeopleTools release. Is there anything new in terms of platform or third-party support that customers should be aware of?
Yeah, the one thing I'll call out is, again, as you said, we're always looking at our platform support, and PeopleSoft has always been known to have, very broad range of platform support, whether it was the operating system or databases. And, if we see that there's a decline in customer use of certain platform combinations, then, it benefits us and it benefits all of our other customers to strategically think about that. And so with 858, we will be dropping support for DB2 on Linux, Unix, and Windows. Again, very few customers on that platform. And again, the numbers were dropping. We continue to support Oracle, SQL Server, and DB2 on ZOS. But for Linux, Unix, and Windows, DB2 will no longer be supported.
Yeah, I know it's a difficult decision every time we have to make that kind of situation for either on the technology side or on the application side.
Right.
But like you said, we weigh it really carefully, and it's really done in the best interest of the community so we can put our investment where it's going to have the biggest impact.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. What other areas that we haven't touched on are in PeopleTools 858 that maybe we want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, one that I want to mention is around security. And security, again, very, very critical aspect of the system for our customers. And with every release, we're continuing to enhance security in terms of how we manage security, adopting new technologies or standards. And with 858, we've enhanced our ability to mask data. Again, we've introduced this in earlier releases, but with 858, now we're giving more control to our application developers as well as our customers in terms of masking other parts of the online system. So search pages, prompts, those types of things. And in addition to that, a big area is around query. So again, query is a very heavily used tool by our customers and end users. And now we're taking that masking configuration to query. So as a developer or a customer, they can decide within a query result, are there certain columns that should be masked to certain users? Things like, again, all things around data privacy, right? Things that are personally identifiable. We have many customers in their country or jurisdiction. They have laws and rules around that. So I think this is going to be a big benefit for that use case.
So with all the privacy legislation, I think that's going to be a really, really well-utilized capability. Let's talk now for a minute about lifecycle management. What are we doing in the PeopleTools area to support lifecycle management?
We continue to enhance lifecycle management tools as well in 858. We've added improvements around the update manager analytics that we provide, things to application data sets. So we continue to improve in that area, with every release. But in addition to that, cloud and how we support our customers in cloud is a very big aspect of this, I think. We have Cloud Manager. Cloud Manager is a very powerful tool, and we've got, many customers looking at that now. Some of them are live on Cloud Manager. And if you look at Cloud Manager, you can see the benefits in terms of provisioning. But in addition to provisioning, really it's about helping our customers manage that whole PeopleSoft ecosystem in the Oracle Cloud. Things like applying application maintenance, things like applying PeopleTools maintenance, applying a PeopleTools patch, or doing a PeopleTools upgrade. All of those things are completely automated. And so we continue to invest quite a bit in terms of, again, adding capabilities into Cloud Manager and, giving customers the features we believe they can take advantage of with respect to managing PeopleSoft applications using Cloud Manager in the Oracle Cloud.
Yeah, so those customers who are actually running PeopleSoft in the Oracle Cloud, they're going to get PeopleTools 858 sooner. And if they're using Cloud Manager, they can, with the click of a button, upgrade those environments to Tools 858. That's pretty remarkable.
That's exactly right. And, we started this with 857. We're doing it again with 858, where, we've released 858 in the cloud first. And, we expect that, many of our customers will take advantage of the Oracle Cloud and with Cloud Manager. And like you said, they can take one of their existing environments, lift and shift it into the cloud. They can use Cloud Manager to upgrade that environment from 856, 857 with the click of a button. In a little while later, they have an environment provisioned with 858 running. And so, that whole process and the fact that it's automated really allows a customer to get onto the next release of PeopleTools very, very quickly. And that's what we want, and that's what we need. We need customers to do that because we want that early feedback. We want that early input into, how is 858 in terms of quality? How is 858 in terms of the new feature functionality that we've provided? And we expect to get that input quickly because of, the speed at which they can get environments with Cloud Manager. And, we want to react to those things. We want to react to those things in our early patches of 858. And then once we release 858, everywhere, all customers will benefit from that early feedback.
So there are so many reasons why it's really positive for customers to run on the Oracle Cloud. They get the advantage of working with PeopleTools, the minute that it's available, when it's out on OCI, before it's available to everybody. But obviously, one of the questions that we get as a result of that is it starts the clock ticking on the PeopleTools support of the prior release. Just to make sure everybody is reminded, can you speak for just a minute about the PeopleTools releases and how we manage the support policy?
Yeah, so, like you mentioned early on, PeopleTools releases come out about every 12 to 18 months. So once 858 released, 857 goes into 1 year of patch mode, meaning for 1 year, we'll continue to patch 857 with any critical fixes that customers need. After that 1 year period, we will continue to patch 857 for an additional year, but in that second year, we're focused on the quarterly CPU updates. So again, once a PeopleTools release is available, the release prior to that will have 1 year of normal regular patching, and then an additional year of CPU patching.
So what's really important in this model and in the era of continuous delivery is that customers have a strategy to upgrade to the latest PeopleTools releases and to stay current.
Yes, they definitely need to stay current. And, at least through the CPU patching cycle, again, security is a pretty big deal. And, I think most customers want to stay current with the CPU patches, want to make sure that any security vulnerabilities that have been identified are remediated. And so it's important that they understand when that timeline is for a particular PeopleTools release, when does CPU patching end, and plan to get on to the next PeopleTools release, before that period ends.
Absolutely. And hopefully everybody's going to run right out. They're going to hop on PeopleTools 858.
Yeah.
So we obviously couldn't take the time to cover everything available in the release. How would you recommend customers get the full list of PeopleTools 858 capabilities?
Check out the highlights video. Highlights video touches on many, many, many other features that we didn't talk about today. And then to even expand upon that, even the highlights video can't cover everything. Beyond that, you should check out the new feature overview document, which goes into every single feature that we deliver in PeopleTools.
Excellent. Willie, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Stay tuned. We have a lot more to come. Finally, it's time to keep you in the know with PeopleSoft. We have a huge update this episode, so here we go. Let's start with all of the product deliverables released by the PeopleSoft team. In late September, Oracle delivered ELM Image 20. October was busy. We delivered HCM Image 32, CRM Image 18, and Campus Solutions Image 15. In December, Oracle delivered FSCM Image 34 and Interaction Hub Image 10. Also in December, we released PeopleTools 858 and Cloud Manager Image 10. To support all of the product releases, the team delivered the following new educational assets. We released image highlights videos for HCM Image 32, FSCM Image 34, Cloud Manager Image 10, and of course, for PeopleTools 858. There's a new Spotlight video to help you with configuring asset inspections. We posted several new video feature overviews for our ERP products, covering the new Update Run Control Dates framework, integrating PeopleSoft with Oracle's Internet of Things Asset Monitoring Cloud service, and the PeopleSoft Fluid Simple Journal Entry feature. For HCM, we posted the PeopleSoft HR Business Partners video feature overview. The busy holiday season didn't stop the PeopleSoft blog posts. In the PeopleSoft App Strategy blog, you can read the Sensitive Data Masking blog post to find out how to protect confidential employee information like national ID and banking information. You can find out how to personalize the My Team page for managers. There's a post to help you understand how to configure secondary pages and modal windows using Page and Field Configurator. Read the Applicant Communication for Successful Recruiting post to find out about the 2 new communication enhancements that you can use at the beginning of the candidate process. We have a post that discusses PeopleSoft's chatbot strategy, design, and implementation requirements with helpful resources to get you started with PeopleSoft chatbots. The PeopleSoft strategy team collaborated on a post that recaps some of the biggest features and best moments from 2019. See if some of your favorites made it to the list. And there's also a post that describes the standout features in PeopleSoft FSCM Image 34. In the PeopleSoft Technology blog, the Accessibility with PeopleSoft Products post discusses how PeopleSoft supports accessibility, guidelines, and what to do if you encounter an accessibility issue. We have a post that outlines the new features in PeopleSoft Cloud Manager Image 10, and a post outlining the features in PeopleTools 858. We've also got a post that fills you in on how to get the latest PeopleTools version using Cloud Manager 10. And in the PeopleSoft Legislative Updates blog, you can stay up to date on the latest legislative updates for Malaysia, New Zealand, Switzerland, Australia, and India. For the U.S., we cover the Affordable Care Act state reporting, as well as posts on PeopleSoft Payroll for North America, discussing the U.S. Form W-4 for 2020 and Tax Update 19E. Finally, conference season is ready to kick off for the year. Don't miss any of the events that feature PeopleSoft. We start with the PeopleSoft India Special Interest Group in Bangalore, India on February 5th and 6th. It's a great event with presentations from senior leaders, this year including Paco Aberwan, hands-on workshops, and a whole lot more. Oracle Open World Europe is February 12th and 13th in London, England. Robin Validum will be presenting the PeopleSoft Update and Roadmap. One of our largest events of the year, the Higher Education Users Group Alliance Conference, is March 29th through April 1st in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And, of course, Quest is hosting the Collaborate Conference April 19th through April 23rd. It's back in Las Vegas this year, and we'll be announcing our latest PeopleSoft Innovators at the event. Go to questoraclecommunity.org to find out more. And, as always, PeopleSoftInfo.com covers all things PeopleSoft. Don't forget to send us your team pictures. Thanks for joining us, and now you're in the know.
Good, Sparky.